Hey, this is Rick Kasalj, injury specialist from exercisesforinjuries.com. In today's video, what I wanted to go through is the must-do back shoulder pain relief exercises. And I'll get Jenna to demonstrate the first one, and then I'll explain it in detail and then show you the other two. Perfect, there you go. What it ends up being is the chair back arch. So you're sitting in the chair, feet are flat, your knees can be together, or you can have the knees separated about hip width apart. You've got the hands on the head, and then you're going to arch over the chair. And what we're looking at is working on the mobility in that mid-back area and loosening up that mid-back area. So a lot of times with shoulder pain, there ends up being, a connection between shoulder pain and back pain. So with this exercise, we're working on improving the mobility in that mid-back area, which ends up helping decrease back pain, but also ends up helping decrease shoulder pain. When it comes to sets, reps, time, and intensity, with this one, go with one set. Repetitions end up going 5. Time ends up being smooth, controlled movement with a good stop at the end. And the intensity ends up being light. We're looking at a mobility exercise. We're trying to loosen up that mid-back area. So that ends up being the first exercise. Moving on to the second exercise, and it ends up being downward punch. Good. So you're holding some sort of weight or load. It can be a dumbbell. It can be a kettlebell. You're staying square in the shoulders, and then you're pressing down with the other. Good. And I'll get you to turn around. Oh, yeah, that's good. Good, so you're just depressing the shoulder, you're working the muscles around that shoulder blade, which ends up having a positive effect on that shoulder and on that mid-back area. When it comes to sets, reps, time, and intensity, sets end up being 1, repetitions end up being 5, and you do them on both sides. Time ends up being smooth, controlled movement with a quick stop at the end. And then intensity, you want to feel the muscles working around that shoulder blade and even into your armpit area when it comes to the muscles that are working in that shoulder. Now the third one, when it comes to a back shoulder pain relief exercise, ends up being the vertical hanging exercise. So I'm going to a door frame, bringing the hands over the head like you're calling a touchdown. You're going to grab the door frame, then you're going to bend in the knees, and you're looking at getting a stretch in the shoulders. Okay, you're looking at feeling it on both sides. Now, with this one, if you don't have as much range of motion as Jenna does, what you can end up doing is you can end up reaching for something a little bit lower, okay? And then you can just bend down to whatever you can to the point that ends up being pain-free. You'll still end up feeling a stretch in that shoulder area, and it'll end up helping when it comes to stretching out the shoulder, and then also helping when it comes to stretching out that back area. When it comes to sets, reps, time, and intensity, for this one, sets end up being 1, repetitions, I would end up doing like 5 repetitions. Time ends up being 15 seconds. I would hold the stretch for 15 seconds. And the intensity ends up being light. We're looking for a light stretch in that shoulder area. Now, when it comes to this exercise, most people, like 95% of people, the exercise will be beneficial. But for that 5% of people, it won't be. And the 5% that shouldn't do it is if you end up having hypermobile or sloppy or shoulders that have lots of movement. This exercise is probably something that you should end up cutting out. So there you go. Give those 3 exercises a go when it comes to a must-do back shoulder pain relief exercises. Now, if you're suffering from shoulder pain, I recommend you click right here. I have a brand new free report called 5 Tricks That Fight Shoulder Pain and Tightness. Just click right here, let me know where to send that report, and I'll send you that report right away. Now, if you're watching this on a mobile device, tablet, or smartphone, head down below in the description and click the first link, which will end up being exercisesforinjuries.com/shoulders. Let me know where to send that report, and I'll send you that report right away. Now with this video, if you got benefit from this video, make sure you like this video. If you have a question or comment for me, leave it down below in the comment section. And then lastly, hit subscribe in order to get future pain relieving videos.